Hey everybody, Sten's here. We're back playing some more Noita. We got to the New Game Plus just recently in the last episode, so we're excited to get that continuing for you all. Let's see if we can really be going for a very high orb count victory, because that's really what we want. I'm going to throw some of this out so we can make a couple changes here. Get this shield on our first wand. Looking good here. We got some really great tips in comments, so we're going to be looking for things like chainsaw to help make our third wand a little bit more reasonable, not have to deal with quite as much delay. But the main thing we're going to be looking for is just getting through it, getting some new perks, and getting those Orbs of True Knowledge. We want to really start with the main drag, right? Now, I have a lot of various immunities, so I'm in pretty good shape, but it doesn't mean we can play crazy. It does not mean we can be crazy about it. We want to try to get all the money, hope to find more greed, and be looking at ways that we can potentially do some serious reloading here. If we can get enough trick blood money to drop. Dynamite, not bad, but not what we're looking for. Now, I'm pretty sure that we're going to run into a place, well, it could be it's the Luki base that's off to the left in the jungle, so we might not be able to do that. We wanted Magical Temple, which I think was the level above us, but we can certainly head up there to deal with that. We could grab that this episode, you know. But, you know, the thing to note is that it's not always like, ooh, a little boom, boom. It's not always that the wands, or I mean, the orbs that we need are exactly where we think they're going to be. We are in New Game Plus now. So lots can go wrong. Things aren't always as they seem. You know, not only will there be mages and other horrible things in places that we don't want to run into them, the orbs that we think are where they're supposed to be, they're not there. We have to find everything different. Now, there is ways. If you combine certain liquids, I'm pretty sure we can go ahead and just, like, if we pour Flamuxium on something, comment below if you know what I'm talking about. Then you can get a situation where, ooh, there's some stuff here. First of all, what is this? Null shot. Okay, that's kind of cool. We got that extra homing, which is probably what we want on the third wand. So we should really pick this up after we, of course, drink all of this worm blood up here. I'm going to chug this, so we have all that. Don't really need the acceleration potion. I just don't want to be flying around the map. But I feel like worm blood just helps us see. And I think tons of worm blood is just going to make it so we get that extra little glow. Glow worm. Glow wormy worm. Enough of him. See, more blood was kind of cool with worms because we could do this. You know, you might be watching this and going like, well, Stens, does it really matter? I mean, you have all-seeing eye. Do you really need worm blood? I mean, just different strokes for different folks. I feel like it is helpful. First of all, I'm going to put the homing on here. So we're just going to make this much more homing. We don't need that short-range homing. We already have one. And let's see if that helps make Wand 3 a little bit more intense. Oh. That's the wrong wand. I was like, why does my teleport wand not work? Well, you gotta put it back on, dude. Alright, there's some of that trick blood money. Whatever, we have 3,000 sub-seconds of worm blood vision. And if it's adding a little bit of light to things that I can see a little better, you know, that really could all be in my head. Speaking of blood, this nonsense. Yeah, see, it's a little more homing. We tested it. It's still gratuitous. I mean, look at all that. But as long as the explosions go after other things, and they cause trick blood money, that's all we need. Boom. Alright, so just real careful, like. We are immune. Oh, that's a mage. That is a mage. Notice how now that we're in New Game Plus, it's like some of our damage is starting to fall off a little bit. Maybe I'm just, that's in my head, and the shotgun is like more than enough to take care of stuff. Let's just detonate that. Looked like that was a Hasty boss, so put that down. Just made a mess. But we are doing absolutely fine at this point. Let's just be real careful, not turn into a sheep. Ooh, yeah, the delay on this thing. We definitely need ourselves a chainsaw. I love that comment, that I remember reading about that long ago, that it's like, yeah, if you put a chainsaw with a thing, delay becomes no longer really an issue. Because it certainly has the mana to bring it back. It's not like we would spam this spell anyway. But notice the whole reason we made that explosive wand was for those big chunks of cash. We just want to get paid. And it's like, you see, like, trick blood money just appearing in various places, so something's going down. Okay. Blow that up. Yeah, adding the homing, I liked it. I mean, it's like overly homing on a guy, but then the second wave of them go off, and then it seems like it's okay. Because if we just use the shotgun, we don't get paid quite as much. But whatever, I'm at 287k from doing this. So something happened that caused money. Like, look at all that trick blood money. I mean, it's raining cash in this house. And you can't ask for more than that. 300k? I don't even have... I have like 1 greed. I'm barely greedy. Make sure there's not mages looking at us. Like, let's not lose sight of what matters here. I'm gonna pick up this money. I'm headed back up. I'm reloading those perks. I don't need all this. This is more money than I need to do a reload. The reload's 200k. I have 321. So, you know, we are definitely fixing to head up and test the waters on that perk reload. We didn't like any of those perks, remember? We saw that at the end of last episode when Jesse joined us, and it was like, I don't like any of these. And, you know, there was a little bit of bad luck to that we want to try to make up for. But while we're here and all this worm blood's dropping, I'm just going to take a moment to refresh it. 700 some seconds left of the concentrated mana. 700. Of course, I mean 7,000. It should cover us for this episode, but we do need to be aware of that, watch that, because we've built that into our kit. Like, at this point, it's like, if I'm not casting that, or if I'm not having that up, I should say, then none of our wands are actually going to work. Ooh, that was a fungal pouch. That might matter if we're ever going to go tripping. Tripping can help. There's things to trip for, and I just don't remember exactly why you do it, or when, but it is a thing. Alright, let's reload this. Cool, now we got stuff. Extra item in Holy Mountain, stronger levitation, I'm already liking that. We don't want extra delay, but 20% resistance to explosions and projectiles. This is going to help us because that just helps make us more and more resistant to projectile damage. So we want that, but just for real utility, let's fly longer. Hey, and get that, because of my perk lottery, I get to also get the revenge bullets. And look, we still have more. Well, let's get an extra item in the Holy Mountain. I mean, I'm not going to get this, because that's going to mess with our spell delay, and that sounds all wrong for what we're doing. So we ended up with 3 nice perks out of this. By paying for a reload. I'm happy with it. 100% extra levitate, that will matter. And remember, we are rage-filled levitation as well, so when you put all that together, we should be able to pretty much fly indefinitely, as long as we're fighting. But money matters in order to do this. So just getting in here and looting this whole place could make all the difference for us. Okay, plenty of cash around here. Back up to 144k. I mean, we are going to need quite a bit of money. Look at that. What is going on with that? My stuff got, like, stuck homing around things. That was bizarre. Created, like, a weird perfect circle around something. Just a strange interaction with homing and drill. Okay. Now the dragon would be on the right, and that's going to give us a wand. And what if he's just, like, really hard in New Game Plus, and we just don't know that? So I don't know that we even want to mess with it. Like, we have to make a hard decision whether that's worth it. But we do want art. That's for sure. Blow that up. See how much trick blood money is down here. Quite a bit. Time to get paid. Don't get too poisoned. Poisoning will still hurt us. We're not immune to poison. I don't think there's a way to do that. That's another wand refresher, but we are just full. And I feel like wand refresher isn't the limiting factor at this point. It's much more about getting more ad manas. Or, you know, somehow figuring out how to use divide by. Because I'm telling you, like, I'm inept when it comes to divide by spells. It's like you put two of them next to each other and then strange things occur. And it's something that I definitely want to learn how to tinker with in the near future. I feel like I used them at one point in my Noita career, but it wasn't... it didn't have the results that I was hoping for because I probably didn't order them correctly. Oh, looks like these bomb carts are really lasting a long time. Let's blow these guys up. It's like we fire, that we just start, like, release the shotgun into the area after the explosion, and then it's like, okay, that should cover most of what we need. This thing is doing much more damage than the drill at this point, but we do need to also use this thing. It's still on delay. See, this is the problem, guys. Because I like the boom. It does go big bada boom, but it's way too slow. So as soon as we find a shotgun, we'll be satisfied. Now I have the aching suspicion, or not shotgun, Jesus. As soon as we find the chainsaw, we will put that in there and see if we can get the delay somewhere reasonable. I am not even picking up all these coins because it's, I guess, a little gratuitous at this point. Something is poisoning me, so we want to keep healing for that. Alright, so if I let off the explosion at a inopportune time, it's not that bad. It actually starts running around crazy. And with the homing instead of short range homing, it's pretty much all over what it needs to be on. Good. It's going where we need to go to get that coinage. Hello, fellas. Boom. Okay. It's a little weird because it's not always trick blood money when you do this. It's like, well, bombs are yes, this thing isn't that. I know that, like, the exploding box is, so that's something that we should have been using instead, perhaps. But it's like, at some point you're splitting hairs. Like, what matters is that it goes boom. Like, oh, this is a different biome, guys. This is a different biome. Entered Meat Realm? What? I've never seen the Meat Realm before. There's mobs in here that I've never encountered. This is an entirely new zone. So what is the deal with meat? Am I gonna die in here? Yes. Probably. Famous last words is, how do I, like, I want to go into an area that I haven't gone into? That means die. Someone's shooting skulls. We don't know what skull does. It better not be death. Hopefully it's damage and not game over. Because I definitely want the skulls to go away. They're disconcerting. Something is shooting them at me. I'm afraid to explore this. Like, I have no idea what's going on in this meat realm. This reminds me of Crimson in Terraria, those of you who played that game. So I just, like, am concerned about even going in here. Unless we saw... First of all, what biome is this? This looks like the Magical Temple. Magical Temple could have the Orb of True Knowledge. Or this is a wizard tower. Oh, what's hitting me in here? I'm toxified. Oh my. Well, we have no way to get this off of us, so we just have to heal through it. It's kind of awkward. I was hoping we'd just sort of run around in here and then see like an orb. But it's asking way too much to just find an orb in New Game Plus. So instead, we're going to kind of hold our own in some other directions while things go boom. So, you know, there's more perks to be picked up that could potentially help us have a better run. Gotta be careful with being poisoned. That will hurt us a lot. So we want to fire that whenever. Now this looks like a fungal biome under here. So our whole map got a little bit screwy, guys. Mushroom World Overgrown Cavern is definitely going to have more Masters of Polymorph, which is, as we've heard me talk about ad nauseum at this point, is the bane of my existence. I don't really want to go into here for fear that that my game will end. But look at that. There's no shop between the jungle and the vault, which will happen in New Game Plus. Like, it is not unheard of that it's like, oh, by the way, buddy, there's no shop for you between there. They just doesn't exist. You're left to figure it out yourself. And that can happen in parallel worlds. That can happen just in general while you're moving around. Some things that you think should be there, they're not there. And they never will be. It gets quite random, is what I'm trying to say. Ready to heal? Oof. Alright, we're definitely in the vault. $380K though? I mean, like, the money is still green. Even though we didn't get that coveted second greed, which is what we really wanted. You know, we just want to get a lay of the land. Let's try to understand what the biomes are looking like. See if any wands are carrying some of the stuff that we need. Boom. Which, once again, we're looking for reduced lifetime. We're looking for a chainsaw. So as to just really unlock the potential in wand number 3. For Kaboom Boom. Every day. It's an everyday explosion wand. Ooh, I feel like my cast delay on this thing is obscenely fast. Hey, blow that up. I am concerned why this thing is casting so quickly. So I have half a mind to be like, alright. Just something dumb like this. Yeah, it's still casting at a reasonable speed with that, by just getting rid of this and adding something that slows it down. You sometimes want, like, teleport wands shouldn't be casting, like, every frame, because that's crazy talk. So, we're gonna move that away. As I try to stay at full. Something nuked me a little bit, but you know what? Poison and toxic, that's always gonna lick you in these places, in the jungle. Did we look at this? We probably did look at this, but we just want to... Hey, there's tons of drills in there. Lots and lots of drills. Well, that makes me interested. I was like, oh, we can probably skip this one, right? Nope. Well, let's toss the boomerang, maybe this thing. Let's go pick this up here. Let's grab this, put this here. this here, grab these, put these up. Potentially remove one of these. Okay, get away from me. Excuse me. Okay. Drill is still looking good with that. What happens if we go a little bit crazier and we just do all of these? Alright, now that starts to cost it. So it needs one last add mana. But we were able to add another drill to it. Yeah. Okay. Well, let's not lose this add mana. Like, let's be serious. Get rid of this, get the regular drill going, save a few slots. Put this back on so we don't forget our teleport wand. That's the worst. When you're like, alright, made my changes, tinker with wands everywhere, and you walk away and you're like, where'd I put my wand? I left it behind somewhere. And no one knows where. That's like, well, good thing we were recording it for YouTube, you know? We gotta go back and figure it out. But who wants to do that? I just want to keep playing. Either way, we don't even need to worry about that because we did not lose a wand. But if it happens, you know, that's why we record it all. Okay, look at all this. Spider City? Maybe Spider City, really. Get paid from all that. We're up to 450k. I think that actually even affords another reload. Which, if I recall correctly, there was room to reload up top. But who knows if it's 400k or if it's like... No, it's like 800k, dude. You know, like maybe it goes up more Fibonacci and less doubling. I can't remember. But I have half a mind to just go straight up and do it because I know we left another set of things behind. Why don't we do that? You know, like what's going to happen if we go up and try to do some shopping? We made the money. It's our money. It is our money. I'm like wondering if the drill is worse, is like lag city now because it's firing whatever 10 drills. Someone made a comment before that's like, yeah, you should probably consider putting invisible on the drill because it's like, it can't render that many drills. It's like, oh, I see the problem. So if that's the case, we can always be like, all right, dude, let's be reasonable about our drill count and just use less. Sometimes less is more. Sometimes less is more. Except when dealing with explosions like this. And it feels like we always want more. No, we don't. I mean, less is more with this too. Obviously, this is obscene. It's not like making it easier to wield it. Anything in here? No. I just came back here to do a little shopping. That's the main reason we're here, because we're, you know, we're always still thinking big picture here. Thank you. And it's like just like a grand finale firework display every time I go with wand 3. It's like there's no holy mountain here either. And it's gonna be like, oh well, you have to go to the frozen wastes. Like, ugh, more missing holy mountains. Like whatever. No problems. I want that big. Okay, there we go. Big money. You know, I can't remember. I have a bad feeling that it's like, what holy mountain? Like, oh no, there it is. It's okay. Chaotic Dice is looking at me. Give me the evil eye. Let's see if we left it behind. I swear we did. Yeah, see all 4 of these, and it's only a 200k reload. Only a 200k reload. So, let's pop it. Okay, there's greed. That's what we wanted. Always cast could be dangerous. Another ghost is fun. Phasing. Well, greed first. Greed. We needed greed. Greed stacks, like more greed. Greed is good, as they say. And we wanted that because it's just going to make buying perks, buying reloads even easier. So that was the main thing we came back up here to get. And there's no reason why we can't do a little light exploration while we pass through here. Because look at these guys. Look at these jokers. Let's have trick blood money from them. Oh, of course I jump in the toxic. We are going to find immunity of toxic. Like, this is ridiculous. Oh, I think I just accidentally started spraying ambrosia. Whoops. Careful with that mouse. You know, we get to, like, we get a bunch of them to be looking at me and shooting, and then we do this. So that as many of them get hit with the explosion at the same time. And then, you know, do a quick teleport so we make sure we're always healing. Looks like we blew through some of the holy mountain here, which is a little disconcerting. I don't know, it's not supposed to do that. Somebody's shooting me. We broke an ambrosia potion down here. Oh. Worth noting that. Getting a little slowdown, which is going to happen in the base. Little slowdown, no problem. Get these guys, get their cash. Wow. Okay. Well, let's check out this wand. What could this be? Some stuff. Alright, blow this up. There was health over here. We grabbed that. Great. Something is biting on me, but no big deal. We are going to head back down. Because pretty soon we're just going to need to be really trying to carefully explore. Like, you can't just go, oh, I don't know what a meat biome is, so I'm not going to try it. You know, try the meat. Try the meat. I'm not looking forward to it. I'm, like, every time I try different new things, like, powerful characters die because I don't know what I'm doing and I didn't read a guide. I mean, I shouldn't say I don't know what I'm doing. I'm being a little self-deprecating here because it feels like our Noita character is, like, functional at some level. He's very punctual. Yes. You know, he does a few things that are mildly amusing. And, you know, some people have been wanting to watch it, so how bad can it really be? But I have a lot to learn, and that's part of why I like engaging with my viewers on this. And I've received so many helpful comments from all of you guys, tips and tricks that I hadn't thought of. And that's really, this is a game of collaboration, right? You know, let's all put our heads together, because I'm sure there are some wonderful creators out there besides me who have determined some really wonderful, powerful combinations, I should say. And I haven't spent much time watching that. I've got other hobbies and interests, but I want to play. And, you know, maybe people can give me the quick version of some of these things. And hey, how hard is it for me to tune in? You guys some of you keep doing it and watching my stuff, so let's just press the button and check out some other people. Whoa, that was not where I wanted to teleport. You already got a wand, buddy. As soon as you see somebody with a wand, that's a problem. What is in that wand? It has a speed up, but it's just got some flamethrowers, and I'm not interested. Alright, alright, alright. There's another meat biome. Are you seeing this? That's 2. That is 2. Alright, let's let that rip. We're gonna have to get this toxic stuff out of here so we can grab that. Ooh, look at that. I just completely electrocuted myself. But we're okay. Should we try that other meat world? There's a meat world to the left. What if that has, you know, a orb of true knowledge somewhere buried in there? But we don't know what's in meat until we try it. So, as we said, try the meat, figure it out, take some risks, play smart, cautious. But how smart and cautious can you play when you're venturing into the unknown? This is a game of exploration. And it's time to explore. These things are what interest me. It's like, what is this? Does some kind of damage? It's not really hurting me. It's being hit with contact damage, so it's counting as an enemy. Okay, that looks to be polymorphine down below, so there is a mushroom biome beneath us, and we don't want any part of that. Let's head up. That's another mushroom biome. Okay. What is this? Utility box. The treasure chest. Weakening curse melee bolt bucket. Alright, so that was the thing we opened. Interesting. Okay, so that's what the utility box is. First of all, why can't you die? Oh, you're throwing me around. I don't like that. It looks like that's pretty much immune to damage. Alright, so that was just like one of those one squares of a biome. That's something that you deal with a little bit in New Game Plus. It'll be like, okay, here's like a biome for just a second, next to a bunch of other stuff. Look at this thing. Like, that is bad. He picked up something with a saw blade orbit. That was extremely menacing down there, so... Let's look at that one. Okay, it was something... Saw blade orbit attached to a bunch of bouncing bursts. That could have been pretty lethal for Stens. Like, if that had hit me directly... Money is looking green still. 400 some K. That reload that we had to do was only 200K. And what did it give us? Greed. So it's like, we spent money to make more money. And trust me, that greed, that is going to pay for itself quickly. The last reload we did, perk reload, really worked out. We got like 3 things out of it. Let's just blow that up. Money everywhere, folks. Ooh, hello? Hello? I feel like our Luminous Trill is now laggy. Like, I don't know whether that's even a thing anymore. Guys, fellas? Hello? Kaboom? Give me all that gold. Good. 472K? I mean, we're definitely going to be able to afford a reload. We would like toxic. Immunity to toxic would be a great way to save a little money, but also just the things that make the wands better. Add slots to wands that you're carrying. Beautiful thing to pick up. Reduce delay on a wand you're carrying. Sure, if we reduce the delay, that might be one less recharge that we have to use, and therefore another actual spell that makes pain can be added. What's this nonsense? Okay. It seems like we moved into a frozen waste biome in the middle of all this, which is normally above the PC base, but for whatever reason it spawned below. Let's not question it. Just ride it out. Keep exploring. Going all the way down to like the Temple of the Art would probably be a really good way to start this our adventure into New Game Plus, because I mean, we're at 1 orb. We're supposed to be coming out of this with 33 if we wanted to duplicate the very thing that gave me my necklace that my Noita guy is wearing. I'm proud of my necklace. Apparently you can do better. You can get a crown, you can get a bunch of other permanent items on. There's a better necklace if you get to 34 orb victory. I may have mentioned it in a past game. Yeah, what are you doing with that? What are you doing with that? That's like make a slime mist. Just sliming for sliming's sake. Either way, my point was that you can get to 34 orbs, but the chances of it happening are so obscenely low. First of all, I'm taking this ad mana. I don't care. That people have to put in a specific seed to do it. So, and since that's not really my style, and I always play random seeds, I just hit new game and go. We won't be really going for that 34th orb. Unless, what if we're playing? What if one of these days I'm on here, we're recording for YouTube, and suddenly I open up a chest and I find it? What would happen? It would be like winning the lottery, wouldn't it? And then you gotta go for 34 orbs, and you could say, well, I really did it. It's not cheating to put a seed in. I don't mean to come off like that, but wouldn't it be cool to say, like, I got it on my own? You know, that's all I'm saying. First of all, what kind of biome is over here? Like, what is this? This looks like a mine. Like, how did a mine end up in the middle of all this? No, there's a room. A weird room. Portal back. Huh? There's an eyeball over here. I don't know anything about that. What does that mean? Portal back. I'm afraid to even go in there. Now, someone else had mentioned something about long-distance cast, and I'm seeing it over there. Long-distance cast could be something that we're looking for to do, but yeah, portal back. Does that take us to the top? I really don't know. I really don't know, people. Okay. Does this blow up the Lukey? No. The Lukey's like, thank you, I'm not interested. Yeah, he's really not... He doesn't care about anything I'm doing. So we still need something else that actually kills these. And I bet you it's as simple as slice. Also, could I just be immune to them and I don't have to care? And that might be... Oof. That's a lot of poison, guys. Let's not get soaked up in that. It's like anti-ambrosia or something. It has some name. But it does a lot of damage. It acts like poison. We don't want to get that substance on us. But, you know, we do have 5,600 life, and we don't have to be too concerned. I'm not that concerned, but what I am concerned about is this, like... I was like, why can't I go down? But this will take us to a new thing. A place we'd already been, correct. Now we go through the jungle. This is worm blood, right? You know, really doesn't hurt for me to just chug it real fast. Siphon some of this, but I don't need the water, though. Hey, look at all that blood. I feel like I move faster in the blood. Like, I like that we picked up Breathless. I mean, it just had utility in all sorts of ways. Oh, hi. Let's blow that up. Thank you. Goobers are not doing much to me. You know, nothing is doing much to me, but you know what does kill me is chaotic polymorphy. And being teleported, like, into being submerged in lava or acid. These things will always be a problem, and it's all the more reason why we must take it slow, eyes peeled at all times, head on swivel stens, looking for anything such as mages, polymorph, a potion with polymorph. We take a little damage, we try to heal it. You know, a lot of that damage over time kind of stuff is going to be a hassle. Okay, come on. Give me that gold. Just raining money. You know, I don't like that there wasn't a holy mountain at the bottom of the jungle, but that, I think, happens on certain New Game Pluses. Hey, there's some health over there. And lots of acid over here. We'll take cash, nothing serious. I can grab this health. Always about the health. It's like the gift that keeps on giving. Alright, there's one of those acid piles. So let's make sure we get that to leak. We just want that pouring out. So it's not in that pile. If you all remember when I died to that, maybe 15, 20 episodes ago at this point. It's been a long journey, hasn't it? Maybe I don't play at the fastest pace, but you know, we have fun with it, and that's all that matters. So yeah, let's just keep making our way down. That Temple of the Art, oh, that is a polymorph guy, and now acid is spraying on me. So multiple bad things just happened. Let's tunnel through here. I'm kind of getting annoyed with the frame rate drop in our drill. So we might look at ways of like toning that down. Let's blow that up. Big money. Big acid, too. No acid times. That's all has to go. That guy just fell into acid, as we saw. That was kind of funny. An enemy just straight dove into it, like, ah! Well, it was that or run into my wands, so pick your poison. Ooh, something definitely bit me. Feel it. It's like the acid went down and is like merging with the lava, and it's just a gnarly looking liquid we do not want to be touching, so we're going to try to skadooch out of here. Detonate. Get the gold. Hey, and a holy mountain. This is what we were looking for here, folks. You know, we got some more time to explore. First of all, this is an issue right off the bat. Something is also licking me for probably poison damage. Let's fix that. Good, 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 good. 777k. Like this is reload territory. And when we go to the parallel worlds, which we're going to need to in order to try to get more orbs. Oh, hi, Lava Town. Well, doesn't hurt to grab the perk now. After we pick up all this. Can never have enough money. Ouch, that's acid. I'll grab this, because it's what I do. Wands. Lots of explosion from this. Really high reload on this one, too. And 21 slots with a little bit of, yeah, I mean, there's things I could be doing with that. Also, but only 14 slots, so... Oof. Okay. Extra perk, sure. But how about extra health? Yes, we want that. How about an extra perk every time? We can go up to 5 perks. That's only going to help us in the long term. These things we can maybe do a reload on. Huh. Anything speaking to us here? Not particularly spell-wise, but the wands themselves were interesting. Like, think about this. This thing is 10, but it's 220 mana. See, the problem with that is that we're gonna cut through that really quick with all these. And like, what good does it do to have all those drills anyway when we're running into problems with the what the drill is doing to us anyway. Like, it's slowing us down, and it's cutting our frame rate down, which makes me be a little concerned about this in general. So I'm going to kind of start moving a few things over, and overall dropping a drill or two. That's costing us mana now. Okay. And hope that by maybe removing one drill, it's going to behave more reasonably. It just feels like the frame rate is still not doing great. What are you going to do? Like, I got to cast tons of drills. There's no way to be like, well, I don't want to do that anymore. Oh, you have to do that. You are going to do that. So, if we go through the Temple of the Art, at the bottom of it, we're guaranteed to find one more perk, right? And there should be time to do that this episode. First of all, why is this sand now? Okay. And why did I do that when I should have... First of all, back away from that when you blow that up. He lived through that? We gotta keep moving when we hit him so he doesn't kill us. This is bad, guys. I'm gonna try to heal through whatever's happening to me. We got invaded up here in the Holy Mountain. Ow, ow, ow. Reflective boom. Okay, that was messy. Like, look what happened in here. The fish really took the brunt of that, as you can see. Now there's, like, toxic nonsense everywhere, but whatever. The key is that you don't want that to be... Okay, first of all, I'll grab that. You don't want so much of that to happen that you... it doesn't count as Holy Mountain anymore. I've definitely seen that happen, where I've detonated enough nukes and other things around there, where it's like, oh, that's not a Holy Mountain anymore. Oop, there's a Master... There is a Polymorpher. I like to try to just lightly kill them so that I know that their body is around here, because I want to eat this guy's body. Okay, go. Mages aplenty. I think I've been heart-ached. No, I don't know. If I was, it didn't register. God, these mages just have so much life now, too. Ooh, that thing is spraying acid. Annoying. There look to be a lot of trick blood money stacking over here, maybe because things decided to walk into this curse and die. So let's get paid by that. The money here is going to be excellent, by the way, in the Temple of the Art. And we could, who knows, we could find the Wand of Our Dreams. I mean, we're kind of already carrying a bunch of them, but there are spells we're looking for. You know, what would I not do for a reduced lifetime at this point? Can you die? Yeah. These guys just have way too much life. Okay. Okay. Yeah, it's just not quite enough DPS, but that's why we supplement things with this. It's like, oh, well, if it wasn't enough then, it's about to be. Actually, you know, if you look carefully, these explosions, they did not put it over. So it's like, maybe there's not quite as much damage on this thing as we would like to hope. It's really the shotgun itself that's doing a lot of the heavy lifting at this point. The drill, though, is also pretty lethal, so lest we forget. And we're over 1,000,000 gold. We have 1,000,000. Now, one of those squirrely guys is down there, it looks like. Not very specific stents, I know. Ooh, acid. Acid, acid. Don't touch it. What potion is this? Berserker? Okay, we're not concerned about Berserk potion. We are concerned about this. That's chaotic polymorphine. Do not break that. Do not touch it. Don't go there. I want this. I don't even want to be under that potion. I want to be moving away from it at all times. Don't want to trigger the earthquake. Nor do I want to be sprayed with acid from this thing. Okay. Oops, that's a wrong wand. That's a wrong wand. But hey, you know, a little explosion here and there. Keep it fresh and interesting. What potion is this? Another Berserker potion? Don't need it. Don't need it. Keeping it moving, staying active. Active wand switching, active hands. What is that? We don't know. He certainly has a lot of hit points. Yeah, I have to sit here and just hose these things down. There's going to come a time in a young Noita guy's life where it's like, I don't know how to do divide by spells. I didn't sit down and read the advanced spell tutorial. How do I do that? How do I make it so that it's casting like a bazillion things at the same time without crashing my game? There's just an upper limit to how much you can do if you don't study, if you don't put the work in. That's why they call it the work. First of all, I am going to drink this. You know, I've been a Wormblood enthusiast since day one in this game. And why don't we go through here? Why don't we just chance it and grab ourselves that final perk, right? Pick up this thing. Look at this. Got the holy bomb is really cool in terms of explosions. So I might just buy that. But what does it cost? 13 grand? We could do 13 grand. Over here. Extra wand capacity. Really good for what we're doing. And critical hits. So extra wand capacity right off the bat is something that we're going to need. It added several things to everything. That makes us a happy man. And let's start moving stuff down where it belongs. So, Venomous Curse. Things begin to waste away when hit by our shotgun. That needs to be added. More modifiers that make the shotgun good. Something that makes it extremely crit-like, right? So what if we did divide by with the damage plot? Where do we put our divide by spell, by the way? Right here. Now that kills the speed. So it doesn't go there, because that delay becomes way too much. Okay. Anything else that we might want to add to this thing? Every modifier on the spell is applied to the projectile. This didn't work. So that's not it. Increased lifetime? That's affecting its speed as well. And it just basically just gets another crit because we can. You know, that's certainly an option. Is there enough mana for us to do one of these? No, absolutely not. But there is if we take one of these off and add mana. How about that? Tediously moving everything over. This was probably the wrong way to do it. There we go. Holy hand grenade. Okay. How about one of the bombs is a holy hand grenade? Sure. Fun. That's good. What more can be added over here in that final slot? A ghost. Another shield. Here's a shield. Go in there. I'll protect us. We could buy this ghost. What's 12k at this point? Gods should look the other way because we have made plenty of peace with them. How about, since our episode is getting close to the end here, let's make a little bit of concentrated mana so we can do the right thing. You know, we want to be full of this liquid we gotta do it without throwing it in there. That was a bit of a disaster before. No fish in this final place, so that is kind of interesting. I don't know if that's symbolic of something. But yeah, no fish. And since there's no fish, we don't have to feel so bad about doing this. Putting the finishing touches on this. But we're not going to run over and grab the work right now. We'll go ahead and fight him when it's time. The token, whatever you want to call it. Let's just make sure we're properly ingesting our concentrated mana. And we can basically head back up. Start going for some of the easy orbs. The wand itself, the drill, looks like it's maybe not quite as laggy. Hard to tell. It can be a bit of a pain in the butt to dig out of the final shop, but it is not something you can't do. We'll have to experiment with how many drills do we put on here before the thing is acting crazy. Alright, so we added the holy hand grenade to there, but I don't know if it like ran out of mana by doing that, because it seemed to me like the explosion was maybe a little small. Yeah, it definitely does run out of mana. So, we're going to have to take that thing off. Because it... Oh, that's a master of... That is a master of polymorph. Alright, he's dead. Let's see if he has a body we can eat. Anything over here? What is this? Was that like some sort of mage bullet? I don't know. Let's hide. I didn't think the holy hand grenade was working, so we're going to switch to this. Now it doesn't run out of mana, and more explosions do things. And go whipping around the level, which is what we want. Did our shotgun improve? Well, our shotgun does a thing called Venomous Curse, which I think is going to add a damage over time effect to anything that we hit, which is hopefully going to just make this whole thing do a lot more damage per second. First of all, the Curse Man is annoying. Okay. We are getting onto the home stretch of this episode, so I once again appreciate everybody who stuck it out and joined me for this exploration into New Game Plus. We did some wand tinkering. We dabbled. We didn't really run into a whole lot of risk. I mean, we saw some enemies that could have... Oh, talk about risk. Now I'm risked. Just as I talk about that, I'm like, what the heck is going on? And I got swappered. So, now, you know, don't speak too soon in this game, I'm telling you. There is always something bad about to happen right around the corner. And it is unforgiving. You could be sitting there having a good time, you know, talking to your audience, and next thing you know, you're a sheep. And a dead sheep. And all that work that you put into your guy, it's all gone. And we've been a part of some nasty deaths so far, and I don't like to keep dwelling on it, this macabre fascination with the end of your Noita character, because it's a real problem, people. Like, you think everything is fine, and then it isn't. So we really just want to go up. I mean, we went down to the Temple of the Art because we had something we wanted to pick up down there, a perk. And now we should really be thinking things like parallel worlds, just getting to them, just unlocking them, because we're only going to do one and swapper. Ugh. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. Ooh. Ooh-wee. Hey, that guy had a wand. Thing in there? Bunch of saw blades. Well, these are the kind of things we might have to come back for if we're going to defeat the Lukis. Let's go ahead and get up to the top holy mountain from here, because that will basically mean that we're safe. We got out of the Temple of the Art. We're not worried about dying to something awful in here. We're going to head straight up, and then we will call it there. Look at how much hit points these things have right now. Just disconcerting, to say the least. But our wand has just enough to get through it. So we'll, you know, keep our eyes on the ball, looking for some other spells that are going to help us in a future episode. But really, we're just trying to find those perks and just get a handle on the lay of the land. So this was really an episode more about exploring the New Game Plus and getting an understanding of where the shops are, what the biomes are like, and let's pick up those starting perks, which we accomplished today. And and on that level, I think we can say goodnight to all of you. Thanks again for all of the comments, all of the subscribers. My channel's grown more in the last month than it has in years, so I appreciate all of you who came by to watch me play Noita, and there will be plenty more in the future as many people seem to like it. So thanks again from Stens, and I will see you guys all in the next episode. Good night.